Howdy, this is Denise Vidoc, and I am a Microsoft certified trainer. And if you follow me on YouTube or my blog or any of my social media, you will know that I have pretty much become a OneNote fanatic. And I have been doing a lot of digital planning with OneNote, but today we're going to make a recipe book. So this is something that you might want to go through your cabinets and your cookbooks that you might have 500 of them and you've got all these extra little pieces of paper stuck in between, or you've got recipes from your great grandma. So this is we're going to show you what you can do with those so that you can keep them all in one place. And once you get them there, you can share them out with your siblings or your aunts or your cousins or anybody else that might want to be able to get a hold of the same information. Or if you're that kind of person, you can keep them strictly private just for yourself. So let's go ahead and get started. And I am currently using OneNote for Windows 10, which is the Universal Windows Platform, or you've seen it listed as UWP. And this is going to be the version that Microsoft has chosen to go with going forward. There will not be a desktop version, a new version in the 2019 Office Suite, so we're going to work with what we've got. And it's supposed to be improving this summer, and we'll see. So what I've got now is, this is my demo notebook, so I've got multiple sections and section groups, but when you're doing this, you're probably going to want to create a notebook specifically just for recipes. So we're going to, it would be just like if you started off with this. So what I've already done is I've created some different sections. So if you've got your notebooks or you've got cookbooks and you've got all the different tabs in them, this would be your sections. This is what you would create for those. And then you may have some sections that are going to be really large and you might want to break them down further. You know, like desserts, you're going to have a bunch of cakes and you're going to have a bunch of pies. And then when you get into meats, you're going to have chicken and pork and seafood and everything else. So when you're in your different areas here, I mean, all you do is we'll just click so that we're in here, and let's go ahead and we'll add another section in here. We'll name this one soups and salads. And you know, when you think of salads, what color do you think of? You think of green. So let's just right click and change the color to green. And your sections that you have up here at the top, those you can rearrange in any order. So if you want to put them in alphabetical order, we'll drag this down here. But you can put them in whatever order you want. The section groups that are down here at the bottom, those are going to be alphabetical. So you don't really have a choice in that. If you want them to be in a specific order other than alphabetical, you can put numbers in front of them. Or if you want to do like, you know, A, B, C, D, that kind of thing, you can order them that way. But otherwise, you can't order the section groups. So when you have your recipes, when you want to start filling in your different pages, you can go in and let's just go into cakes. You can go into one like this. This is a simple coffee cake, and this is one that basically all I did was type it up. So I had an old recipe card. It was my own ugly high schoolish handwriting, and so I just typed it out myself. And all I did to give a little bit of visual interest on this page was I went in and I've got the class notebook turned on here. So if you're on the insert menu, you should see a thing that says stickers. And if you don't, you can use the menu over here on the right-hand side and go to settings and then options and then scroll down and you'll see class notebook tools. And class notebook tools, you can either, if it's already off, you can turn it on. And when you do that, you may have to close your notebook and open it back up for everything to work right. But, well, sorry, I just closed it out. What you would do is you would just hit insert and stickers. And when the stickers pull up, these ones that have like a little pencil down in the right hand corner, these are ones that you can actually edit. So if you're looking at these going, well, okay, I'm never going to use these. Well, maybe yes, you can. You can click on one that says that's a smiley, and you can say, you know, double this recipe and make in 9x13 pan. Hit done, and you can put that here, and you can resize it. You know, you can move it around the page. You can, you know, do whatever. You can put it down at the bottom. You can put it at the top. So just to, you know, just to give a little bit of color on a page that is just strictly just text. So another thing that you can do is if you've got those recipes that you've typed, that you've handwritten yourself, or you've got it from a friend or a family member, you can actually take a picture of it and put it in here. Let's see, go to breads, put one in here. So this is a recipe that was handwritten by one of my family members, and this was for my Aunt Marchie's biscuits. So all I did was I took a picture of it using the Office Lens, and if you're using OneNote on your tablet, or you're using it on a mobile device, all you have to do is just click on a page and um, click on the camera icon, and it will actually open up Office Lens, and you'll have options there of documents, business cards, photos, different ones. So if you're taking a picture of a recipe card or something like that, or a piece of paper, you're going to want to turn on the document. And so what it's going to do is no matter which angle you take your picture, it is going to straighten it up, and it'll cut out all the background. And if you want to see this, just some ideas, like this is Office Lens that you can get the standalone app if you want, and you can save. You can take a picture right with Office Lens. You can save it to Word. You can save it to the gallery on your phone. You can save it direct to OneNote. So you can start in OneNote and take the picture, or you can take the picture and send it to OneNote. Either way. But you can see if you've got something at an angle here, you know, or a whiteboard or something like that, you can just take a picture and it cuts out all the background. So that's what I did here. And when you're having a recipe that somebody else has made and you know that they do it really good the way that they do it, put their name in the title of the page. And so when you're doing a search, if you can't remember that they called it, you know, chocolate drizzle, whatever, you know that it's Margie. So if you search for the person's name, you'll be able to find the recipes from that person. So another way that you can put in recipes is you can find them on websites, and then you can use the web clipper to clip out the information. This is if you go to onenote.com/clipper, you can install this, and all it is an add-in for your browser, whether it's you're using Chrome or you're using Edge or Internet Explorer, whatever. It will put in a little icon up here at the top that says clip to OneNote. So like, let's go over and I'll look at, this is the classic green bean casserole from Campbell's Kitchen. And if I wanted to keep this, and instead of having to, you know, I want to clip the, you know, save the image and then go put it on the page, and then I want to come back and I'm going to, you know, select all the text here and copy and paste. You don't need to do all that. So just hit the little the clip to OneNote button that you've added, and it'll give it a second to come up. And when it does, you've got options over here on the right of, you can clip the full page, or you can clip just the region or the entire article, or a bookmark, which would take you basically just to the web page. And it's being slow here, so I'll give it a second. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to collect the full page on this one, and we're going to select this. I'm going to put it in the recipes, and I'm going to put it under vegetables, and I will clip it. So it takes it a minute, and it pulls everything together, and it'll ask me if I want to open it in OneNote, And when it does, if I click there, what it's going to do is it's going to open in OneNote Online. So it it may take it a minute, and if you've got a faster web connection or whatever, yours will be pretty quick, and it'll straighten itself up here in a second. There you go. Um, so if we go back to our page here, we go to vegetables. Here's our green bean casserole. It's already here. So it's got where it came from. So if for whatever reason it didn't clip something right, and what it's doing is it's clipping it as an image. It basically it just took everything here and it saved it as an image. So this image here, if you wanted to, you can see when it's selected here, you could take it and put it over into Word or PowerPoint or something like that, and you can crop it. Or if you're using the desktop version, OneNote 2016, if you've got the Onetastic add-in, you can actually crop out all this stuff down here below as well. Some of the other things that you can do, if you've got a PDF file, let's see, let's go into other. So here's one that we got at a party one time, and it was this Rocky Road brownie dessert that you can make in the microwave. And all it is a PDF, so you just click on File, Insert PDF Printout, and you select the file that you want to put in here, and it prints it, quote unquote, just like if it had sent it to a printer, but it just makes it a static image on the page. So that's another way that you can put it in here. So we've got all of our stuff in here, and you can come in and you can, like if we're down here under meats, we can add another section for beef, and that's in the wrong section. You could have beef for dessert, I guess, if you really wanted to. Of course, I didn't save that. If it's in the wrong section, you can just drag it and move it down because it's a section. You can drag it to where you need to be. But if this is just, you come in and you change colors or whatever, but it still looks a little kind of boring, you can actually click on these, on the sections, right click and rename the section. And you can pull up your touch keyboard and you can find something, a picture that would go with that. So let's just put a picture like that for beverages. And once you've got it in there, just hit the enter key to actually accept that. And so for breads, we can find something for breads. You can't always find something, everything, but most of these are going to have some kind of image, especially for food. Go back and do that again, so I forgot to hit the enter. Okay, let's do cakes. I know there's one for cakes. We'll do that one. Oops. I didn't hit rename first. And let's look for that cake again. So you get the idea here. And then once you've got your icons in there, your emoji, you can, for if you want to see even more, anywhere here in the white space, you can right click and go to navigation panes and check the box here that says show page previews. And so now you've got these little snippets of what's on the page. So it's going to basically take the first picture that it finds. So under, Beach Bear cupcakes, I can see that it looks like little cupcakes. And the blue ribbon cake, this is what it's supposed to look like. And this is when my son was actually making it for the county fair. And when he turned it in, it got a blue ribbon. We used a different kind of pan on it, and it was a little bit darker in color. And of course, this has been sitting out a couple days at the county fair, so some of the icing and stuff is kind of melted in. But anyway, he did actually get a blue ribbon on the blue ribbon butter cake. So take your own pictures of your food, or somebody making it or something, and just kind of make it your own. Give it a personal touch. So that's basically it in a nutshell. So I mean, you can just go crazy and you can put all kinds of things in here. And if you want to see kind of like some of the different things that I've done on my own, is if I've got a recipe from someone in their own handwriting, I actually took a picture of it instead of just trying to, you can always retype it. It's always okay. But this way you can kind of look back on it and you can think about the time when that person actually gave you that recipe and why you wanted that recipe and how good it was. So there's always different things that you can do. So basically that's all I had for you. Like I said, for the different things that I showed you, I will go back in and I will try to put the links to those pages in the show notes. And if you have any questions, you can comment below, or catch me on any of these social media sites. And I appreciate your time. And being the Aggie that I am, I always love thumbs up. So y'all take care, and I'll catch you on the next time.